Welcome to Rob on Holiday. Last year we visited Liverpool and went around the city showing viewers the kind of things you could do on a day trip to the city. And during that visit we had a visit to Liverpool Anglican Cathedral, which you can see behind me. Now, it's free entry into the cathedral, but while we were here we noticed that you can pay a small fee to go to the upper layers of the cathedral and go up the tower. And it looked really interesting, and the inside of the cathedral is beautiful. So today we're going to do a video that shows as much of Liverpool Anglican Cathedral as we can. Liverpool Anglican Cathedral is the largest cathedral in the UK by volume and the 5th largest in all of Europe. Although it is fairly unassuming on the outside, the inside is beautiful with stained glass windows and detailed architecture. Entry to the cathedral is free, but you can pay £7 to climb up the tower for panoramic views over the entire city. We've visited the cathedral several times before, but this was the first time we'd booked tickets to climb up the tower. But first, it was time for breakfast. It's not every cathedral in the world you visit that you can have a snack and look up at the roof and admire the surroundings. In fact, to be honest, I think this is the only cathedral I've ever seen like that, but it's a nice perk of Liverpool Anglican Cathedral that you've got the Welsford Bistro. You can get ready to go up the tower by getting some sugar beforehand. The ground floor of Liverpool Cathedral is expansive. One of the highlights is the Lady Chapel, which was actually the first part of the cathedral to be built back in the early 1900s. The entire cathedral was finally completed in 1978. Once we'd finished exploring the ground floor, we headed to the tower entrance and presented our tickets. To get to the top, you take 2 lifts. The first takes you to the 4th floor and the second takes you up to the 10th floor. Then, you will need to climb the final 108 steps up to the tower roof. The climb itself is interesting. On your way up the stairs, you get to see the bells in the tower. And from the top you can see just about the entire city of Liverpool, from Anfield Stadium to the Albert Dock and the River Mersey. So this is the top of the tower at Liverpool Anglican Cathedral, and the first thing to say is the views from the top are absolutely magnificent. You can see anything and everything connected with Liverpool. You can see the Liver building and the River Mersey and the Wirral Peninsula. You can see Anfield and Goodison Park. You can see the Catholic Cathedral down there. You know, it's a fantastic view in each direction, and of course it's quite a bit overcast today, but generally good visibility. You can see for miles in every direction. Getting up here is easy, it's just 2 lifts. An interesting walk. Once you get off the second lift, there's 108 steps to get to the top, but you do get a view of the bells inside the inside of the tower, and it's huge and cavernous inside. It's a really big space. So that's Liverpool Anglican Cathedral, one of 2 cathedrals in Liverpool. Well worth a visit. I mean, if you look on Wikipedia at various lists, it's one of the largest cathedrals in the world, and you can certainly feel that volume of space when you go inside it. The tower visit is £7 each, so if you want a view from the top, the view is fantastic. It's worth that £7. Other than that, the cathedral is free to enter, although they do ask for donations. There's a cafe inside, so all round it's a really good visit if you're in Liverpool. Now, having done that in the morning, we're going to head on down to the waterfront in the centre of Liverpool and see what else we could do with our day. There are so many things to see in Liverpool that we couldn't just head home after seeing the cathedral. So instead, we drove down to the Liverpool One car park and decided to go for a walk around the Albert Dock. The Albert Dock was once an important player in the global trade market. Now, it is a modern shopping and dining district attracting millions of visitors each year. This is something I always do when we come to Liverpool because it's a really good walk around the Albert Dock. For those of you who don't know, the Albert Dock was one of these docking areas that lay derelict in the 70s and the early 80s, and in the late 80s the city decided to clean up the docks and create this fantastic area where there are lots of shops and restaurants and bars, and it's great looking around the maritime areas of the city, lots of museums around here, and it just leads on to the Liver building just further up. From the Albert Dock, it's just a short walk to another of Liverpool's iconic sites, the Liver building. The Liver building stands on the Liverpool waterfront and features two statues of the fictional liver bird. One is said to watch over the city and the other over the sea. And if you want to see the famous Liver building, it's just a 5 or 10 minute walk from the Albert Dock. See the buildings here, and if you see where the people are gathered there, it's the famous statue of the Beatles, but you've got to be there early to get a shot without anybody else on it. Thanks for watching Rob on Holiday. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and we'll see you next time.